here. Okay, this says we've got a good signal. A minute ago, it said I didn't have a good signal. And this is, there we go. Okay. Nope, I'm live right now. Why don't you guys go ahead and watch your video? And you can play your game, and when I'm done, we can go outside and ride bikes, okay? All right, bud. Okay, so I decided to jump on here and do this live because of a few reasons. One, I've got my kids pretty occupied, and two, with it being Holy Week and homeschooling, and I'm busy with doTERRA stuff, and we're going on vacation soon. I have been too busy to edit. So I actually had this all filmed, but I don't have time to edit it. So we are just going to go ahead and do it live, and whatever happens kind of happens, because that's kind of what happens when you go live. So I'm going to jump right into it before I get interrupted. So we used to, for our homeschool organization, we used to do a workbox system. And I will put a link in the description box below after this so you guys can see what that system was before. Now, it was a great system. It really was. I had 2 work boxes, those multicolored drawer work boxes. Excuse me. And they worked great. The kids did very well with that organizational system, but it took a lot of time for me to prep it. And I just did not have time anymore. So something had to go, and this just worked so much better because then this is portable because, you guys know we do a lot of road schooling too. We do a lot of stuff on the go. So this ended up just being, I'm picking up one thing and we're taking off. Now this here is my kindergartner's binder, and this is my first grader's binder. My 7th grader has a different system because he does teaching textbooks, and that is, that's all on, or not online, but that's on the computer. So if we're going to go somewhere, he will either do it in the morning or he'll do it in the evening when we get back, but he'll take his book. He's got a binder that has all his language arts, geography, Bible study, and everything else in it. So he'll take that with him to go. But that one had a lot of stuff in it, and he's finishing up some work in it right now. So I'll have to do that in another video. But let me show you. This is Caleb's, my kindergartner's. So we switched also to loop scheduling when Caleb was diagnosed in around Thanksgiving it was right before December, I think it was, with sensory processing disorder. Everything just kind of fell to the side. And the system that we were doing too, that was another thing. Like I said, workbox system was working great, but I needed something simpler with all the therapies that we were going to be doing with him. And this just worked. So this is all of our core stuff. And then our science, our math, or not our math, our music, our art, our history, we do all of that together. Wyatt has some extra stuff because he is so much older. But we can do all of our science together, and then he'll have extra stuff that he does on top of that so that he can meet his requirements with that. But this is the kindergarten binder, and this is, you guys, super, super simple. So this is a $2 binder. I'll probably spend the money to get some better quality ones though, because he's pretty rough on everything. And this is starting to crack and fall apart because he pulls them everywhere. So, but it was a little $2 binder that I got from the Dollar Tree. And yeah, we'll definitely, and I still keep the kids color coded and everything. So he's green. And that way, sorry if you guys hear my phone dinging, but okay. So this is his core subject. So we have math, reading, phonics with some water drops on it, and handwriting in here. And then this is an extra tab. So, and this is also how I how I keep their finished work. I don't have a separate spot anymore for their finished work. So go into math, and he does math, you see. So he opens this every day to the first page. So he doesn't have to flip through and find what he's got to do. It's the first page and he's done. And then when he's done with it, we sit down, look at it, and I grade it. And well, I don't really grade, but we go over it. And then I stick it to the back. So he knows that when he is finished and he gets to, his last sheet, however many lessons are in this, and he sees a finished sheet, he knows he's done everything and he's completed his math for the year. Now, what I do when I keep for my record keeping, I don't have to keep anything per the requirements of our state. But for my own, just, wanting to keep it, just to keep track of progress, I will go through this every so often, and I will pick out probably closer to the end of a lesson. So with Math UC, it's like 29A through F or G. So I'll keep the best example of the entire lesson, and that is all I'll keep is one thing, because a whole year in a book this big, it all fits comfortably in here. This is a 2.5-inch binder, but it becomes kind of clunky and hard for him to hang on to. So I will thin that out as the year goes on. So, and we switched to this at the beginning of the year, and this has just been so great. And it cuts back on the amount of stuff that I need to prep and that I need to do. And it really does encourage them being a whole lot more independent, which I'm really big on. So reading, he is doing all about reading, and same thing. He'll finish, and then we'll do this together because it's reading, and we'll put his stuff in the back, and then he'll move on. Phonics, same thing. See, finished work is in the back. And that is, what is that? Explode the code, I think. I forget what I'm doing for who. And hi, guys. And then that is his handwriting. And this is the Good and the Beautiful, which I love. I love the Good and the Beautiful. We started doing language arts and handwriting and their nature notebooks and creative writing. And that was all free. Because if you print it out, a lot of their stuff is free. I printed it all out, and this has been great. So I'm going to actually do some more with the Good and Beautiful next year. So that's it. That's kindergarten. That is all. Crazy, crazy simple. What I like about their curriculum, I like that it is super simple. And I like that you get, like with their language arts, you fit more than one thing in there. I'd flip you around and talk to you, but I look a hot mess today. So I've got a hat. This is our therapy day, and I didn't get a chance to take a shower. My alarm did not go off when it should have. So we're just going to have this pretty view of the binders today. But yeah, it's got a lot of different subjects in one. Like with my 7th grader, he has writing, grammar, spelling, geography. And it's all Christian based. It's wonderful. Their books. Okay, so their book recommendation, they have a separate book list. And their book list is, it's a $5 fee for it because they said they spent so much time putting it together. And they do have like an accelerated reader list. And you can, so Wyatt is in a certain level. He's in level 3. He is under what he should be. And it's not like level 3 means 3rd grade. It goes totally different. But he's on level 3, but his reading level is way higher than that. So you can take book recommendations and match it to the curriculum that they're doing in their level. So it's worked really, really well for us. And all of their books are very wholesome books. They all have a great message. And even the books that he was like, do I really have to read this? Because they can't be enthusiastic about everything, right? He still, by the end of it, he's like, that was a good book. So we've been really happy with it. And this has been the best fit for him so far. He's a visual learner, and he has OCD and some anxiety. So this has been a really good curriculum, fits in with the things that he's got to do. And he can stop when he needs to stop, and it doesn't totally throw off his day or just his pace for the year. So, okay, this is 1st grade. This is Jackson. He is 7. He is also doing Math UC. He is, this is most of the year in here. Can you see this? I don't want to lose my light and totally tilt my phone. But that's most of the year. He started doing the previous level, and I realized he knew so much of it. It was alpha for 1st grade. Please. Okay, now it's working. Haha. Okay. Sorry, we froze there for a minute. Okay, so math. Yeah, it's a lot of work and time to put into all the planning. Is that what you mean? You're talking about the planning and everything? So this is same thing. So all his finished work is back here. And then we move on. So his reading, see, I switched a section. Okay, his reading is all about reading. And these are a little different with all about reading. There's a lot of cutout books. So I keep some of this stuff, like, see, there's a project, and that'll be one sheet. But these little flipper things, I've got a separate, just like a Ziploc bag. And when we finish these, we go through them because then we'll practice and refer to them. Reading is his hardest subject. So I got to really I got to really stay on him with this one. This is probably our hardest subject, but it's got a lot of activities in there. And then the book, they're quick, easy reads. And even with him who struggles for it, he actually, okay, I'm going to give this little tip here. For the kids, for your kids that are more math minded, they just more fact based stuff, and like to know how things work, which is how Jackson is. He is very math minded. Okay. He was not having the greatest time with reading. He just wasn't. He's getting, B says but, L says l, he can do all that. But he has a really hard time with word blends. He was struggling so much with that. And we had been working on the same curriculum for the longest time, trying to get the same goals for the longest time. And we were just struggling so much. So I was really hesitant to start him in spelling because he was having such a hard time with reading. I really didn't want to set him up for failure, So I didn't. But I decided the one day, you know what, he's so math-minded and wants to see how everything works, so I'm just going to go ahead and start him. You guys, I started him on spelling, and he saw not just, what letter makes what sound, but how it all connects. So something clicked in his brain, and he can see not just, yes, they make these sounds, but why they work together the way they do, and his reading has taken off. So now he has just okay, here we go. All right, I was missing comments, and then it says it like dropped my connection. Do I have a book that I teach from, or just worksheet type stuff? There are teacher guides that go in with most of this curriculum. I don't use them all because either I don't need them because of the level we're on, or I tweak the curriculum to fit what we do. Or yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. So, I mean, I have them on hand in case I need them. Oh, or that's what I was going to say. I will get the curriculum used because I have a very tight budget that I try my best to stick to. And sometimes I just won't buy the teacher guide. And a lot of the instructions are online too nowadays. So I keep them on hand, just kind of on a bookshelf, but it doesn't take up too much space. Where's my next tab? So spelling. I showed you spelling. We're doing BJU because I got this for $10, brand new, with the teacher book and everything, from a friend that used to sell it. So this has been such a great fit for him. I don't think the good and the beautiful would have been good for him this year because that is a little bit, it doesn't have like this kind of setup. The words are just kind of in there with the curriculum, and it's just something you practice. There's no like activities with it. So I don't really like that. And maybe that changes in different levels, but for the level he's in, and then the level Wyatt, my oldest, is in, I'm not crazy about the spelling with them. That's probably the only bad thing. And then this is his handwriting, which is, again, the good and the beautiful, and he flies through this. He's got pretty good handwriting. This is actually kind of sloppy for him because he was sitting on my bed doing this. So, and that's it. That is the setup. Those are the binder systems, and we can fit an entire year's worth in a 2.5-inch binder. They're super cheap binders. You can see they weren't the greatest quality. No, I'm sorry. This is a 2-inch binder. So 2-inch binder. I'm going to upgrade to some better quality binders, but because, yeah, we've had these a couple months and they're already starting to fall apart. But that is it. That is the binder setup. Makes my life so much easier. I only have to sit down once a week and do my planning. I usually do that on Saturdays, and that's it. So I really don't even have to plan out the core stuff. It's just in here, and they just flip to the next page. And then all I have to really plan is our loop schedule stuff, and that is all. So it has cut way, 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 way down on the amount of time that I need to spend doing this. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm going to hop off here because it is eerily quiet downstairs, and I think my kids may have found the Easter candy early. So I'm going to hop off here and go check that out. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you later. Thanks for hopping on with me. Bye.